Welcome back, Space Noids. It's that time again for another Zeon's Wrath GBO2 suit review, where we break down and analyze mobile suits from Gundam Battle Operation 2 and let you know if the suit is a must-have or just space debris. We'll be discussing the suit's stats, weapons loadout, skills, enhancement list, space and ground performances, and its aesthetics. Then finally, it will be graded from 1 to 4 stars, 1 being space debris, and 4 being a must-have suit. Before we get started, if you enjoyed, please drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel for more GBO2 content. Also, don't forget Space Noise to leave your opinions in the comments. Now let's get to it. Today's mobile suit is the Silver Bullet. Now this is a personal favorite of mine from Gundam Unicorn. You guys are probably in the audience probably asking yourselves, why would you like a mobile suit that just got disrespected and treated like a complete jobber in Unicorn by the Neo Zeon? First off, it was fighting the Neo Zeon. What was it gonna do? Secondly, the reason that I like it, looks cool, has a lot of cool gimmick weapons. As it should, it is a descendant of the Dovin Wolf. This machine has a lot of cool weapons and tricks up its sleeves. So let's start off with the stats. First stat up is HP. It is 21,000. If you see that little extra 100 on my screen, that's because my Silver Bullet was enhanced. I dropped 2 in a row. Okay, so next up is ballistic resistance is 20. Beam resistance is 20. Melee resistance is 32. Range strength is 19. Melee strength is 46. Movement speed is 35. Top speed is 220. Thruster gauge is 70. And the turning speed is 66. Now, 66 isn't bad for turning speed, but you are going to need to add some turning parts to this because it's not as big as a Dovin Wolf, but it is a bulky machine and it turns pretty slow. The thruster gauge, I have been having an issue with running out of thrust very quickly with this machine, but I'll get into it a little bit more when I get to the ground and space review. I don't really have a problem with its speed at all, even though it could be a little faster, but like it has decent stats. Really high melee resistance. So this suit is meant for getting up close and personal, even though it has 0 dodge roll. On to the next. Okay, next up we have the weapons loadout, and to start it off, first we have the Jagan beam rifle. It's an ammo type. It does stun on impact. The time between shots it's not that bad, but it can feel like an eternity. So you might need to switch off after you fire 1 shot from this. Don't really wait for it to ready up, or switch and then switch back. Okay, next up we have the Silver Bullet Beam Saber. It's a beam saber. Nothing really to write home about. Next up we have the side smoke grenade. Always good to have a little stealth option. You pop this, you have stealth for a little bit of time. I'm not really sure for how long. Let's see. I feel like it's like 15 to 20 seconds. Let me know in the comments if you know how long stealth actually lasts when you do the smoke grenade. Okay, next up we have the shoulder beam cannons. They're pretty good. You have to stop to fire them though, as you would expect. But they stagger on impact, and because this is a floaty machine, like you won't literally just stop where you are. Like you'll slide a little bit before you fire. So that can be a plus or a negative, depending on how you play. Okay, next up we have the 12 tube missiles in the shoulders, and this one I like because it's incendiary. You do have to stand there, and the way the missiles fire is like the most awkward thing. Like they fire up and then turn and go straight, even though I just feel like they should just fire straight at them. It is what it is. It's a useful weapon. It has combo potential. Next up, we have the wired hand beam saber. Wired hand saber. Okay, like this is really why I wanted this mobile suit. I really like this gimmick. I am disappointed that it's not 2 like in the actual anime, but maybe they felt like that would be OP. I'm not sure. Oh, and you have to hold that shield. That's probably it, because I don't think it had the shield in the anime. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments. Okay, next up, we have the Incom units. 2 pincer attack. I like these. They do decent damage and they'll stop an enemy if all 3 hits hit. And after that, we have the beam launcher. Okay, this is like pretty much the same thing as the Dovin Wolf's beam launcher. It doesn't take that long to charge, like 8 seconds to focus, but it still feels like a long time. You should definitely put some focus parts on this. But it's a decent weapon. I have not really been using it too often. I've been really more focusing on the using the wired hand saber or whatever. Okay, I think that's it for weapons. Next up, we have the skills. First skill up is Leg Shock Absorber level 3. Reduce load on legs when landing, 30% after jumping, 15% after evasive maneuver, and 1% to recovery time from load on legs. Okay, next one is the Anti-Blast Stabilizer. Nullifies the stagger caused by MS explosions. Next up, we have the High Performance Balancer, level 1. Landing after jumping and evasive maneuvers can be canceled with a melee attack. That's always good to have. That means you can like attack out of boosting. Not all mobile suits have that. Okay, high spec and back. Moving in the same direction at the end of a high speed space movement. Transitions into cruising movement without deceleration. Also improves MS turning performance by 3. So in space, this thing turns a little faster. Okay, next up, we got Maneuver Armor level 1. Diminishes reaction when hit by a ranged attack during high speed movement. That's always good to have. Okay, melee combat controller. Oh gosh. Melee combo controller level 1. Allows you to do up to 2 attacks. Okay. Offensive system level 1 reduces reaction when hit by a ranged attack during a melee. So that's good. So you don't get as much damage when you are in the middle of a combo and you're getting shot. Doesn't stop stuns though. Next up, we have Force Injector level 2. Landing after evasive maneuvers can be canceled with high speed movement, and other evasive maneuvers can immediately be performed. Wow, I read that completely trash. Okay, damage control level 3 reduces stagger when hit consecutively by attacks without suppressive effect. So that's always good. So like if it doesn't stun, it will reduce the damage that you take. Okay, next up, high performance radar enhances radar performance, extends effective range from 300 meters to 400 meters. Okay, next up, we have the back binders special cushioning. Level 1 reduces HP loss from back binder damage by 10%. Not necessarily great. That has a huge backpack. Okay, special left arm equipment buffer reduces loss of arm equipment damage by 30%. Okay, I think I butchered that one too. Level 3, so that's good when you're which one is the left arm is the shield. Okay. Alright, special leg buffer level 2. When hitting the leg, the damage dealt to the unit and the overload on the legs HP is decreased by 15%. So that's good. You don't want to get your legs destroyed. Definitely not in this hover machine with no dodge roll. Next up, we have the enhancement list. So first enhancement is the anti-melee armor reinforcement level 1. It gives you 1 to anti-melee modifier. Okay. Next up, we have ADPA level 1. Gives another, this one gives a stat to your melee modifier, so 1 point to your melee strength. That's why it's at 47 instead of 46. Next up, we have frame reinforcement level 1, and it gives you 100 HP to your unit. Next up, we have complex expansion slot level 1, add 1 close, mid, range, distance expansion for each. Next up, we have the anti-melee armor reinforcement level 4, which is a nice little jump, adds 5 to your melee defense. And lastly, we have AD AP level 4, adds another 5 to your melee modifier. So if we're looking at this, they really want you to do melee in this suit, which it's not bad for melee. It's really not bad for melee. It's just when this suit gets stunned, it's a terrible experience. Let's just put it like that. But I'll get into it a little bit more in the ground performance. Let me know what you guys think about this enhancement list or these stats. Do you feel like this machine is built for melee or ranged? Okay, next up we have the ground performance. Now, on the ground, this is a decent machine. Like, it has, like as we just discussed, it has good melee potential. It's a great melee machine. It's a good, like, it's kind of like an all-rounder machine, because you could play support, you could do raid with this, or you could just play like a mid-range general or whatever. Just do whatever you want to do. But it does have its drawbacks. Like on Earth, the thrusters exhaust so quickly. Even if you put the thrusters all the way up to 100, it just feels like it runs out of thrust so very quickly, and then it takes forever for it to come back. So if you run out of thrust, you are in mortal danger with this suit. Be careful, mind your thrust gauge. Also, another thing, if you get stunned in this mobile suit, it is like it's like impossible to get out of being stun locked if, let's say, 2 people are shooting you. You know, like, anything more than 2, you're dead. You're definitely dead. This mobile suit, so mind your surroundings. Do not get too far out of your formation. You will get murdered. And this suit has a lot of weapons, so it can be confusing going through the weapon swap. So on Earth, I'm gonna say this is like a 2-star on Earth. I like the suit. It's fun. It has a lot of gimmick weapons, but its performance on Earth is a little subpar. I wouldn't say that this is a must-have if you're a ground player. Okay, next up we have the space performance. Now, after being a little disappointed by this mobile suit's performance on Earth, space is where it really surprised me. It really shines in space. This thing moves. It's got a lot of fun weapons. Its mobility is nice in space. Like on Earth, it's a little limited. This thing is kind of a beast in space. If you know what you're doing, you could really combo the crap out of like a whole team if you really know what you're doing. Yeah, no. The incoms really come in handy in space. The lock-ons are a lot better in space. Yeah, just like you don't have the high probability of being stun locked to death in space. Yeah, what else can I say about this? Like, other than I feel like this is a 3-star in space. I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is a 4-star. It's definitely not. But yeah, like it's like a simplified Dovin Wolf. And I like the Dovin Wolf, but it really has just too many weapons options. Just way too many. Let me know in the comments if this has the exact same amount of weapons. But yeah, now in space, this thing is a beast. It really lives up to its name. It's a silver bullet. It will put holes in you. Yeah. Definitely worth some tokens. I wouldn't go hard for this mobile suit though. Okay, and finally, well, not finally. Next section up is the aesthetics, or the drip. Now, I really like the way this mobile suit looks. I liked it when I first saw it. I like how it has those little rabbit ears. That reminds me of, I forget which one it was from Victory Gundam, but like the more mass-produced Victory Gundam that came out later. that everyone else was using with the rabbit ears. I like that. This you could really see the Mark, what is it, the Mark 4 Gundam or 3? I think it's 4. The blue one. Yeah, you can really see it in the legs. You can see the Mark 4 inspiration, and you could definitely see it has a lot of Doven Wolf in it. For real, like the I want to say the boots, but the bottom of the legs, the chest, the arms, the backpack, that's all Doven Wolf. The only thing that's really like unique to this suit is the head, but I like the way it looks. Now, for your viewing pleasure, I've actually turned it into a silver bullet, nice little silver with some gold trim. And alternatively, I have also painted it as the Master Gundam because I really like, throwing some hands out there on the wire. I forgot what the thing is called, but I like it when Master Gundam would just throw the hand out and stab people. Like the extendo hand. It's pretty cool. I like it. Let me know what you guys feel about this mobile suit's aesthetics. I'm gonna give it in the aesthetics department a 3. Yeah, it's a 3. It's nothing mind-blowing, but I like the way it looks. Okay, now we get to the final grade. All right. How I feel about this mobile suit is like it's fun. It's definitely a 2-star on Earth, 3-star in space. As far as the aesthetics is concerned, for me, I feel like it's a 3-star. The weapons loadout is definitely fun. I'm gonna give it a 3-star with that too. Even though it can be a little overwhelming if you don't put the quick slots in the right location, so you know where everything is. So like for this suit, total, I'm gonna say this suit is a 3-star suit. It's not a must-have. If you get it, you get it. But this is not something that you need to go hard for and spend real money on. Keep your bread in your pockets. If you get the tokens and you drop it, hooray, good for you. If not, you'll get it eventually. I'm actually looking forward to see if they drop the Silver Bullet Suppressor in here. This is the one I really want. The one that Benaja used at the end of narrative. But yeah, this mobile suit is definitely a 3-star. It has a good performance in space, decent performance on Earth. Yeah. It's not a must-have, but it's a good suit to have. It's a lot of fun. I've seen people talking trash about this suit online. It's not trash. It just depends on how you use it. It's just not. It's not mind-blowing. There's nothing mind-blowing about it. It's just a fun suit to use. Well, that's it for the review, Space Noids. I hope you enjoyed that and it gave you a little information, maybe informed whether you need or don't need this machine. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your opinions in the comments below. I look forward to seeing what you guys are thinking about this mobile suit. I heard a lot of people saying it's trash. I do not agree. And check out some other videos from Zeon's Wrath if you're still in the GBO2 mood. And see you later, Space Noids.